So how did you get into jiu-jitsu? So you're down in Boulder. You said you already met them all. I mean, did you stop by one of their shows and you paid $1 to fight them, or what? What happened? Do you know? Were you guys doing that?
Roll with a fighter for $1. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
that was our Boulder Creek Festival thing, and I don't suggest that as a business model to anybody.
Not now, certainly.
No, that's a different world, for sure. It didn't work then either, by the way.
So tell us how you met them all.
I just walked in the gym one day. Like I knew about a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I knew I wanted to train Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu long before that. There was just no place to go.
Right.
Like I watched the original UFC 1 in '93. So I knew about Jiu-Jitsus and I knew about the Gracies. I was actually living in Europe at the time in '93. So I didn't move back to the United States until '95. And then I moved to Boulder in '98. So from '93 to '98, it was just like I knew about it, but there was just no information. Occasionally I'd run into somebody that knows a little something in the Army or something, but it was like it wasn't a really great learning time unless you happened to be like in Hawaii or in California or something.
Right.
But when I finally wound up in Boulder, the place that I first moved, the apartment that I was sharing with those other guys that were running the gym with me, was just happened to be right across the street from where Amal opened up.
Wow.
Because he opened up in like this little strip mall that ran parallel to a supermarket. It was a King Soopers, I think it was called. It's the equivalent, their version of Hornbachers or whatever.
Yep.
And so how like they have the huge mall or the huge supermarket, and then there's like maybe like a strip mall in the parking lot too, and that kind of stuff. And he was in one of those little side strip malls, and I was going in to every day because I went in to get my chicken and broccoli, and I came out and I just looked and it said Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I was like, son of a bitch, look at that. So me and the guy, one of my friends from the gym who's really into it too, we just went in there one day. Actually, this is actually a funny story. I went in my first day. I went in with what was eventually going to be. He was one of my bodybuilding buddies, Sean, and one of my powerlifting trainer coaches, Dave Schiff, who used to work for Schwinn. And Dave was gigantic. He was like 6'5", like just humongous, neck tats, totally sleeved out. Like I think he had a mohawk at the time even. And me and Sean were just super. I mean, I was like 240, super yoked, like 235-ish, just freaking, and we just walk in there and Jay Jack is teaching.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
We walk in there and it's like he's teaching. There's like, I don't know, like 3 or 4 guys in there. And we just sit down. Don't ask any questions, not interested in any information. I just sit down and want to watch because I already kind of know I want to do this. This is something I already know about. Like and back then nobody knew anything about jiu-jitsu. So anybody who walked in the gym, especially looking like us, they just want to fight. So so I remember like we walked in and sat down. I was like super excited. And Jay looks at us, like the class, everybody just stops and everybody just turns around and looks, and Jay's like, he just gets up, walks over, like, it's like, okay, let's go, and walks over and he's like, so how you guys doing? We're like, good. He's like, you guys got any questions or do you, I'm like, no. We just don't say anything. And he's like, can I help you? And he's like, oh, we just want to check it out. And he's like, okay. And I don't remember when I actually rolled with Elliot. I don't know if it was that time or I think I came back later by myself because I don't think Amal was there that time. I remember I came back and met with Amal in his office, and I think maybe Elliot was there. I think maybe they scheduled me to come back and do like an intro or something like that. And then when I came back, it was Elliot, and like he's like, okay, come on out here. You can do whatever you want. Let's go. That's it. That was the intro. Like, and then we basically went at him, and like he rolled me up for like 10 minutes, and man, it was the freaking most awesome thing. Like he didn't beat the shit out of me or anything, but like he rolled me up pretty good, because he didn't know what to expect. I was this super yoke guy, and he was young back then. I mean, like Elliot was only like 17 or 8. Then not even 18. I think I remember when he turned 18.
Like blue belt, purple belt at the time, or
he might. No, he was a white belt. Like there was no colored belts yet.
Oh, whoa.
I was there for the first. It was this guy Forrest Reynolds. He got it. He was the first guy to get a blue belt from them all, and super good guy, man. Like an Olympic powerlifter kind of dude. Super stumpy. Like it's funny because his best move was triangle, and he was exactly the guy that you'd never think would be good at triangles. Him and his buddy. Him and his buddy Dave, another guy that got his blue belt right away. He was like a world record holder, powerlifter or something like that. He was only like 130 pounds or some shit. One of those kind of guys. Yeah. Pit bull. But yeah, I went out there and they were like, I was like, man, this is awesome. Sign me up. And I was like, immediately, this is what I'm doing. This is it. Like, I immediately didn't want to have a bodybuilding gym anymore. I wanted to train jiu-jitsu all the time. That was it.